Craig and Jake were very close, personally and professionally. I think Craig, also, he was a great buddy, and he really encouraged Jake to try new things on snowboards that he maybe wouldn't have. And, he was always progressing and exciting to watch and fun to be with.
Sometimes there were bank slaloms. You had to do every event, though, alpine and freestyle, to be a world champion. And pretty much everybody did all the events. And Craig won the overall world championship several times. And then I can remember him telling me, Jake, I'm going to stop competing. I was like, well, Craig, I hope we can continue to pay. I hope you're still going to earn the money, that we pay you and stuff. Because if you're not competing, what's going to happen? And he gave birth to the whole filming side of our sport. And up until then, nobody just filmed. Everybody competed. And sure, there was snowboard films being made, but riders' credibility wasn't really made through filming. It was made much more through contests. But Craig changed all of that, and he certainly gave birth, for sure, to the concept of a rider not competing, but just free riding and filming for, making that their job and their contribution to the sport.
それまでには存在しなかったフリーライディングを撮影して多くの人たちに見てもらうというジャンル。ライディングのスタイルを見せるという新しいコンセプトを作り出したのです。その後、スタイルという言葉はライダーのセンスを表す重要なキーワードとしてスノーボード業界全体に行き渡っていきます。
Yeah, style is everything, and I think it's something. It's so hard to put into words, but when you see it, you know it. It's just one of those things. When you see great style, I guess maybe the best way to put it is just it's very pleasing to the eye, and it's just somebody that just makes it look as fun and as artistic as it can be. And style is just an incredibly important aspect to the sport.
I think style kind of carries your signature as a rider, but your style and the way you do it, I think, is really what kind of stands out in a good rider.
Style to me is the way you go down the hill and how smooth you look and how controlled you are, and even if you're pushing the limits, are you doing it with ease?
Style というライダーが求める生き方を示したクレイグ・ケリーは究極のライディングを目指して自然の奥深くまで入り込みます。しかし2003年1月20日にカナダで雪崩事故に遭遇、命を失ってしまいます。まだ36歳の若さでした。
Craig's death was brutal because, you see sometimes, I don't know, young athletes will die doing something stupid or uncalculated or getting drunk or something. And Craig was the most calculated, careful guy in the world. He was an engineer at heart. He went to college and studied stuff like that, and he was into binding details. He was such a thorough, detail-oriented guy, and just the accident was so random and so, I don't know, just really bad luck.
It is one of those things I'll always remember, sort of where I was and what I was doing, and that feeling of how could he really be gone. I think that obviously personally devastated, and then committed to making sure people really understood what his legacy on the sport was. I remember Jake spending a lot of time talking to media and talking to people about exactly why Craig was so important to the sport and what he had contributed.
共に情熱を傾けた友を失ったジェイク。スノーボード業界が失ったものの大きさを 一人かみしめていました。どうすればクレイグの思いを残すことができるのか。ジェイクは新しいボードを開発する工房にクレイグスと名付けたのです。共に悩み刺激し合ったからこそ進化させることができたスノーボード。
He would just be so stoked on that facility and so proud of it. And it just seemed so natural to put his name on it. Rather than call it Craig's prototype facility and people would just call it the proto shop or something, we just call it Craig's, and it's stuck, and everybody calls it Craig's now, and it works.
スタイルを貫くという魂、それは競技選手にもライダーにも確実に受け継がれています。フリーライディングの世界で活躍するテリエ・ハーコンセンもその一人です。
He was like the big brother showing us, like the path of like taking good care of your body and, enjoying the mountains, like free riding is more like free spirit. You go up to a mountain, you just have to read mountain and create your own vision and your fantasy or and then powder feels 10 times better on the body than hard pack.
競技の世界でスタイルにこだわるのはオリンピックのハーフパイプで2連覇中のショーン・ホワイト。
My first Olympics was something that got me on the radar. It took me to this next level that I don't think I could have gotten to without the Olympics. Staying on top of a sport that's ever changing. I mean, I have to come up with new things, and it's not like there's a book that's written already of how to do these things. Sometimes it's very creative. It's on the whim of an idea, and that's subject to like emotions. I mean, how are you feeling today? Are you motivated to try a triple cork?
And you can see that a lot of the competitive runners now, they're so locked up from December till April with every weekend, and it's just a little too much, because they don't even have time to restore their body or learn new tricks before the next event.
I don't know. I mean, it's gonna sound harsh, but it's like if you could win competitions, you would. I like competitions. I win them sometimes. You know what I mean? It feels good.
It's more like an experience and trip, just being backcountry, And also when you film too, you seem to push yourself a little bit too, and get in fun and scary situations.
競うのか、見せるのか、その違いはあっても、スタイルという魂は伝承されているのです。
A lot of guys that go to the backcountry or go do different things in the sport, it's just kind of like a lifestyle choice. It's like, you know what, this doesn't match my personality. It doesn't match what I'm all about. I'm going to go do this, and that's awesome. That's cool. It's great that this sport allows you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just as amazing as what I do. It's just as amazing as the guy that only hits handrails. I mean, he takes it just as serious as I do, and he's just as dedicated. And that's why it's exciting that the Olympics has now slopestyle.
Some people go like, oh, backcountry is more soul than urban. But what if you grow up in Minnesota or Finland where there's no really big mountains, You don't have to be like backcountry to be a soul guy, Because everybody grows up in different parts of the world with different elements to ride. So it's like, fuck, not everybody's lucky to grow up in big mountains, and then you just gotta ride what you have. And that's why you have those diversity of people just riding in the streets or small parks or hills, or everybody rides in snow, It's just on different places.
2人の思いは次の世代に伝わり、クレイグが残したスタイルという魂が未来へと響いてゆきます。 そしてジェイクはもう一つ大きな決断をしました。
And this is, maybe tell us, how long has the Burton Open been elsewhere, and this is a new home?
Yeah, we've been in Vermont for the last 30 years. We're here now, and it's, I know, we all miss Vermont and miss the scene there, but it's time to progress the event, and I think that's happening right here.
1982年から同じ場所で開催していた US オープンを世界有数のスキーリゾートコロラド州ベイルに移したのです。より多くの観客に見てほしいと感じたからこその決断でした。
The Open's interesting because it's the place where I kind of first, I'm pretty sure like I signed my first autograph, and I was forerunning the competition. It's what it felt like to actually be in a giant event. But I have a lot of history with the event because it's where I decided to turn pro in snowboarding.
Yeah, I mean, compared to a lot of contests, I mean, this one gears towards snowboarding. It's not geared towards the TV side of it, towards the money side of it. I mean, it's geared towards the snowboarders and towards their needs.
ソチオリンピックまであと2ヶ月。スノーボードアメリカ代表のユニフォームにバートン社が選ばれました。
Everybody, it's going to be really quick. I'm so proud of the whole team and the riders that were involved and our Olympic team. And it's going to be nothing but fun, so let's enjoy it. They're going to look great. Thanks. Have a good night.
遊び心をひとときも忘れないというジェイクの思いは世界中に広がり続けます。その始まりは一枚の板だったのです。
Well, snowboarding it's been my life. I mean, it's really the job. I mean, I had some other jobs when I was younger, but it's the only job I've really had. And when I started looking out for the sport, I think the sport started looking out for me. And it's provided me with an incredible lifestyle. I've got this beautiful office at home. I mean, I've got a great house, a great family, great life. I mean, I can't, and it's so much of it is because of snowboarding, and so much of it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for snowboarding. So I consider myself lucky to have created this relationship with the sport, and I want to continue that into the future. And I've got the best job in the world and the best company. I mean, I can't imagine. I wouldn't do anything differently with the company than the way it is. It's perfect.
雪の上を滑るたった一枚の板に魅了され、思い描いてきた夢の奇跡。バートンスノーボード創始者ジェイク・バートン・カーペンター59歳。年間100日ライディングを目指して今日も雪山を滑ります。
Yeah.